Marie, thank you very much indeed. Well, a few days on which everything hinges for the Republic of Ireland under-21s as they look to break new ground and become the first Irish side to reach the European Championship finals. All three potential possibilities, as discussed, remain in play, but Ireland do know that it's still in their hands and that 2 wins over the next 4 days will secure top spot in the group and a place in next year's finals. More immediately, a win tonight, regardless of Tuesday's result, will secure at least a playoff spot for Jim Crawford's team. But Norway come here too, expectant and hopeful of making the finals next year as well. But for now, positivity in the Irish camp and a good crowd in here at Turner's Cross as well to watch on this evening. And if tonight's game is anything to compare to last year's meeting between the sides, we're in for a really interesting couple of hours. We'll bring you the team news shortly, but first let's pause for the anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for Aaron Vivian.
Just the size of that crowd that's in Turner's Cross tonight. It's a glorious evening for football, as well as the skyline there behind the players will tell you. So everything set up for what should be a really interesting encounter between these two sides. Ireland starting the night second in the table, Norway in third. Let's take a check on the teams. Here's the Republic of Ireland team, and manager Jim Crawford has made 5 changes to his side when compared to the team fielded against Latvia Tallaght Stadium in their last qualifier last month. One of those changes comes in goal, where Tiernan Brooks starts. Killian Phillips, Emmanuel Adebayoga, Edemo Umaku and Johnny Kenny also come into the team, with Andy Moran wearing the captain's armband in place of Joe Hodge, who's been ruled out with injury, as has St. Pat's striker Mason Melia. Our match referee tonight is from Spain. Javier Alberola Royas is the man in the middle. He'll be assisted by Alfredo Dominguez and Iker De Francisco, and Victor Garcia Vidura is the 4th official. Here's the Norway team for tonight. They too have made a number of changes, but goalkeeper Sander Tanvik remains in between the sticks. He played for Rosenborg in their last league match. Christian Arnstad is one of the key men in the midfield. The team captain had 4 years at Anderlecht, but now plays his club football in Denmark, and he scored from the penalty spot in Norway's 3-2 win over Ireland in November of last year. So that's how the two teams will line up. Stewie Byrne alongside me for this one. Stewie, we can really feel it with the atmosphere here and the pre-match build-up as well. This is a really big one for Ireland.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Jim Crawford loves playing this ground. Feels that it's well, I wouldn't say lucky ground for him, but always, you know, a place to come and play. Plenty of atmosphere, and brings something a little bit extra out in this team. You mentioned the 5 changes. I think it's really important this evening that those 2 changes of the goalkeeper Tiernan Brooks and Adabayega coming in that central defensive area, key for those two players just to kind of get themselves settled into this new setup, get themselves comfortable. Tiernan Brooks obviously knows the environment, have played here. And Adabayega obviously coming off at the back of a man the match performance, scoring the winner against St Mirren just a week ago, so full of confidence. And I think it's hugely important that the atmosphere, if it just gets into, stifles Norway, get in their face a little bit. I think that's a huge opportunity for Ireland.
There's the team captain for this evening, Andy Moran. And he knows how big a 90 minutes is coming up for his team. Much made of Turner's Cross as a venue for this Republic of Ireland team in this qualifying campaign. They got off to a memorable start last year here. They beat Turkey with a late goal. They also beat San Marino here in this campaign as well, and played out a 2-2 draw with Italy last November as well. Last month they reverted back to Tallaght Stadium for their qualifier against Latvia. That finished in a 2 apiece draw. A disappointing result in many ways for the Republic of Ireland. They'll have felt that that's a game they should have got all 3 points from. But tonight they restart for these final 2 games. The top 3 going up against each other. Italy don't play tonight, but they're out in front on 21 points. Ireland in second on 17. The top team will progress straight through to the finals next year. So away we go. It's Ireland playing in that traditional green shirt with the white shorts and green socks from right to left in this opening half. Early touch there for the goalkeeper, Tiernan Brooks. Drives it down the middle of the park. Johnny Kenny was furthest forward. Work to do here for Anselmo Garcia McNulty, hoofs it downfield. Norway retreating. Kenny's in there as well, just bundled off possession. The referee was watching from a couple of yards away, felt it was fair and legal. And now Norway trying to attack, but that one's run out off the field of play by Movka.
Yeah, fair and legal, it certainly wasn't. Probably a good time in the game to do it. Goodall just leans into Kenny, doesn't he? And just uses his shoulder. It's definitely a free kick. The referee staring at it. Maybe that's an indication from the referee it's the kind of game he's going to allow. If that's the case, in Ireland they're going to have to get physical.
You can see what Ireland were trying to do there. Healy with the first time ball out to that right-hand flank didn't quite have the distance on it to trouble Norway. Curtis was making ground. Well, Norway coming into this match having lost by 3-0 to Italy. That was a home fixture for them a month ago. And they did beat Latvia. That was away from home in that international window as well, just by 1-0. Latvia have proven to be stubborn opposition in this campaign for Ireland, Norway and Italy.
That's good pressure from Ireland, wasn't it? Latvia being put under pressure by Sam Curtis. We've seen this Norway team can be a little bit frail and they put them under pressure high, so I'm expecting the orders from Jim Crawford to go and do that, especially when you've got home advantage. Try to get this crowd going. Probably a little bit subdued at the moment, but you need something to get them going.
Ball down in the corner, 1-4. Ireland to try and keep in play. Over there battling for it was Killian Phillips, but it's gone out off the park for a goal kick. Phillips, one of the new faces into the team. Jim Crawford happy enough to ring the changes for tonight's match, though some of them have been enforced with Joe Hodge ruled out. That news coming yesterday. Mason Mealy was drafted into the squad as well, but he too misses out. Sinclair Armstrong suspended. He scored against Latvia. But there's plenty of depth to this Ireland under-21 setup now.
Yeah, Norway not afraid to kind of kill the game at opportunities. In that occasion, didn't fancy going short. Decided to maybe go long. Curtis take a little bit of sting out of the game.
And now the visitors get themselves into some possession. Tobias Goodall just standing over this one, waiting for an option to present itself. Kenny there trying to apply the pressure for Ireland. Phillips has pushed right up as well, goes all the way back to Tanvik. Hoofs it downfield. A couple of Irish defenders back there. Here's James Abankwah. Brooks just smashes that down towards the midfield, but no one there in a green shirt, and Norway have it now. Oliver Braude. Back as far as Hellands. Down this right-hand flank, the visitors go. Braude tries to get it back in as far as Movka. Ireland defend it well. Cleared away by Sean Rowan. And Ireland do win the free kick. Good work from Amaku there, just crowded out of it in the end.
Yeah, found himself with 3 players around, didn't he? Just had to kind of draw the foul in. Ireland tidy, just playing out from the back. Look at it again here, yeah, all arms. Strong boy, just pulled in the foul, and 2 or 3 others coming in after the fact. Just looking at Tiernan Brooks there, the little back pass to him from Maku, or Banquet. Looked a little bit on his heels a little bit, didn't he? Really kind of scuffed the clearance, so just can't reiterate how important it is for him to kind of get off to a good start, get himself settled, get himself comfortable.
Yeah, it's a big night for Tiernan Brooks, given the nod and goal, playing his club football at Gateshead at the moment in the National League. Had time here at Turner's Cross with Cork City, so he'll be familiar with the surroundings. As Norway win possession again. Early stages here at Turner's Cross, no chance of note for either team as yet.
You can see Ireland just a little bit tentative to put pressure on until everyone is ready to go. Someone's got to be the trigger. When they do that, they do kind of squeeze up high, but at the moment, just let Norway have the ball at the back, especially between Ahlstrom and a good old 2 centre halves for Norway. Andy Moran on the previous occasion was the one that kind of triggered it, but we need to kind of just put a little bit more pressure on this Norwegian defence, getting a little bit settled now. Ireland, good opportunity for possession, just keep the ball, but you can see it's cat and mouse at the moment. Neither team really want to overcommit so early in the game.
Brooks again, down towards Maku.
Yeah, Norway quick to get up there as well. You know, once the ball goes back to the keeper, keeping that high line, catching Amaku offside. Though there has to be a warning to him not to let that happen again.
Now back to the Norwegian goalkeeper. Tanvik plays it short. Kenny trying to apply the pressure. Adabayega had pushed right up this time, wins it back for Ireland. Now, was there a flailing arm there? The referee felt that there was. The Norwegian player went straight down. Looked like he had won the ball back fairly from our vantage point at least, but the referee spotted something. Here's a closer look at it.
Yeah, Shelder just comes all over the back, doesn't he really? I'm not seeing as much in that at all. I think the referee needs to be. He's got a good view of this, maybe probably seen it from the perspective right behind him, sees the arm come out, just trying to protect the ball. I don't think there's much in that, but I've seen the earlier good old shove from the referee being let go, and the referee stopping that one, so a consistent start from him.
Player to receive that knock was Andreas Schjelderup of Benfica. Had a lengthy loan spell with Nordsjælland in Denmark. Got plenty of game time there last season. Ireland had themselves a free kick. Player foul was Andy Moran.
Clever little play from Andy Moran. Just seeing Brow just come in. Just a quaint little touch with the outside of his right foot. Little nutmeg drawn in the foul. Just good awareness. You can see this ground can get very, very tight very, very quickly. You need to have a clever little trick just to kind of get you out of jail. Gone quiet, isn't it? It's sort of tentative at the moment. Crowd not really much to go for.
Let's see, can Ireland create something here? Phillips tries to slide it forward. Maku is lurking back as far as Tanvik again. Drives it downfield. Competition in the middle for it. Header won by Matt Healy. And now the break picked up by Andy Moore. This is better from Ireland. Curtis is on the overlap on the far side. Can he get there? Good defensive challenge on the part of Levick, but Ireland still have it. Moran tries to get out of that area, gets it back as far as Curtis again, up towards the edge of the area. Good strong defending from Norway, and here they come on the counter. Long ball punted forward. The Banquet nods it down as far as Adabayega, and that's run out off the field of play.
Yeah, that's already starting to look like probably one of the battles of the evening. Sam Curtis and Lovick on that particular occasion up to the challenge, but Curtis kind of made the mind up for Andy Moran, made that run in behind, and Moran just slipped it in. Lovick looked like he's got pace, so Curtis pick and choose at the times when he does those runs.
Good foot in from Adabayega again. He's made a good start. Healy now back to a Banquet. Garcia McNulty. There's Moran just dropping a little deeper.
Just have a look at the Norwegians. Just kind of retreated immediately there, didn't they? Once they gave possession back and Ireland had the ball, just kind of immediately retreated back to that halfway line. Obviously under instruction to maybe let us have the ball. Ireland a little wasteful in possession. Maybe needed to keep it for a little bit longer than that. Just kind of overhit the pass.
Well, these sides shared 5 goals between them in the meeting between the teams last November. Norway won it by 3 goals to 2. Ireland led that game 2-1. It was a pretty important 3 points at that stage for Norway. But they come here tonight behind Ireland at the table. Here come Norway, though, on the attack, and possibilities here. Abankwah's got defending to do, gets a good strong foot in there, and Adebiega's back there to tidy it up. Good work from Ireland in a defensive situation. Here comes Healy now. He's just looking for the run on the outside from Amaku, not quite on the same wavelength.
Abankwah didn't use all of his pace and presence there in that occasion. So he had a yard on the Norwegian centre forward, but Abankwah just kind of made it up, just got his body in front, won the tackle. Could have been in a lot of trouble there, Ireland, on that occasion.
Abankwah featuring for Udinese in the Coppa Italia recently. Didn't play or feature against Inter in the league, but has been getting some game time. And Ireland have won the ball back. Here's Moran. Again, Norway flooding bodies back down that central channel, snuffing out the danger in good time.
Yeah, no, they hit Andy Moran, and they won the ball up really high. Ireland and Amaku involved in that. Andy Moran comes out on top. This is the earlier opportunity where Nordas is getting through. Abankwah just uses his power and strength just to get there. Good clean challenge. Running the risk of giving away maybe a sloppy free kick, but certainly up to the challenge. Just go back to the opportunity when Andy Moran does get the ball back up high. He's nobody to hit because Amaku's not involved in winning the ball back from John Kenny. Kind of likes to get it in behind. The option just wasn't there. Certainly nervous sort of a environment at the moment. I think both teams kind of sense there's a lot of play here. It's going to take time for both teams maybe to kind of just settle themselves into the game. Not really, neither team really have kind of stamped their impact on the game. And that's certainly what we're going to see. There's plenty of space for Ireland at the back. You can see Norway have just retreated completely back. Banks of 4-4-2.
You can see it pretty clearly there, the Norwegian setup. So Ireland having to try and navigate a way through that. Ball forward from Abankwah, took a slight flick on the way through. Now Norway have it on this right-hand flank with Movka. That's gone out for an Irish throw-in.
Yeah, he gets close. He claimed he's nicked it off him. Norwegian wasn't happy, but again, Ireland got the ball back to possession.
Healy, another player with plenty of experience here in Cork. Cork native. Playing his club football in Belgium at the moment as that ball's punted forward, and it might just work out here for Ireland. Oh, Moran was away there, and he just got a toe on that beyond the defender. Instead, the visitors clear it away. Here's Healy again. Amaku controls it nicely, clips it forward as far as Kenny. And just some indecision from Norway at the back. The goalkeeper was coming for that. Ireland have it back again. This is better now for Jim Crawford's team. Just growing into things. Healy. Phillips. Adabiega. Moran went short. Instead, it'll come back as far as Abankwah. Brooks clips it down this left-hand flank, and it's a good ball as well. Sean Rowan is onto it inside the area, gets the ball across as well. No one there in a green shirt to take advantage. Kenny was furthest forward, but just not far enough forward to smash that to the net.
Oh, he's got to realise, Kenny, doesn't he? Once it comes back to Brooks, it's a hell of a delivery into a really good area. Rowan just takes it down, takes a sting out of the ball, puts the ball into a really good area. There's got to be somebody there. Johnny Kenny's just 4 or 5 yards back off. I think Amaku dropped in deep, maybe to kind of offer himself as some sort of a pivot, but Johnny Kenny's got to get himself in that back stick. Just be aggressive, take more of an opportunity. Probably wasn't expecting Rowan maybe to kind of come out on top, but that's what good strikers do. chance gone for Ireland, chance missed.
Now Norway down the other end. Movka down this right-hand flank, just running that one out off the field. Good defending again from James Abankwah.
No chance on that occasion, was he? Abankwah looks so confident in that situation. He's very clever about how he positions his body, doesn't dive in, just uses that pace he has, full of confidence. Made it look all too easy. Ireland now opting maybe just to get themselves up the pitch and try to go a little bit long. Probably have a height advantage with the exception of the two centre halves playing for Norway, with this man Goodall probably the tallest man on the pitch, and that's certainly not where you should put your goal kicks.
Back to Brooks again, out towards Curtis this time. Oh, was he hit there as that ball just flew over his head? The Irish backroom team certainly felt like he was. Happened right in front of Jim Crawford and his backroom team.
Just kind of hanging up, wasn't it? But not like just kind of stood in front of him, really. You've got to see that. I mean, that's an impediment. That's quite similar to the Goodall chance earlier on in the game, where he just kind of shoved his shoulder into him. Referee's got to get a grip of those challenges. You've got to let stuff like that go.
Rowan back to Anselmo Garcia McNulty. Healy is looking forward for that forward pass. Nothing on that occasion. Now here comes the Norwegian press. Abankwah gets around the first challenge. Rowan hugging this left-hand sideline, sends it forward. Some space here now for Ireland, perhaps. Maku tried to get that back towards Rowan, but only as far as Movka for Norway. He's racing forward, the defensive challenge coming in, but Norway still have it up towards the edge of the Irish area now. Possibilities here. Shelderup goes for the return inside the area. Ireland cleared away through Healy. Kenny now trying to hold it up. Kenny's done very, very well indeed to retain possession for Ireland. And now they can try and get their shape back again. Phillips down towards Kenny. First time ball forward. Norway retreating. This is good from Ireland. Moran sends it forward again, looking for Maku. Eventually Norway get the situation under control. But Healy nips in to win it back. And suddenly it's becoming a little bit more ferocious here as Norway go on the counter again. Lovely touch from Shelderup up towards the edge of the area. Might he work this onto his right boot? Shelderup stood up by the challenge of Curtis. Wonderful defending from the Republic of Ireland player. And now Ireland have the free kick.
Oh, well, it certainly has opened up, hasn't it, Colin? You mentioned it, up and down. Norway with opportunities, Ireland with a break and with a Maku and Andy Moran trying to get it. But this is when Norway, the breakdown that down course has got to be really good. He's got to stand up. Once he's inside that box, he's got to make sure he wins that ball. Keeps his eye on the ball. Excellent defending from him. And then when he gets himself up, wins the foul for Ireland. Just settles down that early pressure maybe from Norway. This is the first chance in our first time in the game we've really seen both sides really have a go at each other. I see a little bit more of it now. But one thing I would say about Norway, they play such a high line. I mean, just to the left of your picture there, you can see the centre half. That's how high they are. Very little between defence and forward, probably maybe 30 yards. I mean, that's something that Ireland have got to see. Maybe Jim Crawford's probably trying to spot it. If you're going to go over the top, make sure you're long. Don't be central so it goes through to the goalkeeper, but maybe do that diagonal pass, trying to get Rowan in behind.
It's almost worked once for Ireland tonight. Rowan getting that ball across into the area. This ball's gone forward for Norway here, and Ireland have got some defending to do. Eventually they get the ball back into the safe arms of Tiernan Brooks, but racing forward there with a bit of intent was Nordas.
Yeah, Banco just got to cut himself a little bit in front of Nordas on this occasion, and once he gets around behind him, he can't give away the foul. And Garcia McNulty does exactly what a covering centre half should do: get across and help out your pal. Just snuffs out that attack.
Moran's ball almost found its way through to Rowan, and there's a foul and a free kick for Norway.
Just Arnstad was just leaning that left foot in. He probably hurt himself more than anything.
Arnstad viewed as the key man in this Norway team, the captain of the side. Jim Crawford referenced it in his pre-match interview as well, that he felt the midfield was going to be where this game will be won and lost. So far the exchange is pretty even. as we approach the 20th minute mark in the opening half here at Turner's Cross.
It's so tight at the moment, Colin, isn't it? That midfield is just so tight. You see even Norway just playing around, trying to work something down the sides. Ireland probably been a little bit more direct the first 18 minutes of this game. Neither side really had the opportunity to kind of play into that central area, not as of yet.
Ball down the flank for Norway. Adebayo is standing tall there, doing the defending from an Irish point of view, and does really well too. Goes way through for Levick, cleared away by Healy. Kenny has dropped a little deeper, won the initial flick on, and this might work out for Amaku. Eventually Norway get it back as far as their own goalkeeper, Sander Tanvik.
They can be complacent, can't they, Norway? They never fully look assured when things like that happen. Good all on that occasion, got himself a bit of a tizzy. Amaku was brave, sort of stepping in, blocking the opportunity, but they give you chances, Norway. Ireland just have to kind of pick and choose when is the best moment for them to go and squeeze.
Another one for Norway to chase here, and they'll get there in time as well. Ireland's got to get back in a defensive position. Very dangerous ball across, almost found its way through to Nordas. Good work from Muvka. Still there for Norway. Arnstad back out to Muvka again.
When we talk about Norway playing high line, we were quite high on that occasion. Once the ball goes over the top, Rowan's got himself forward, and Muvka's got in behind him. We're in a little bit of trouble. Have a little look at it again, but Adebayo gets himself in a really good position just to cover that cross that comes over.
Back to Arnstad again. Sheldrup lost his footing, but got it back just in time. Norway pushed everybody bar their goalkeeper now into the Irish half. Ireland have got everyone back in a defensive position, and still defending to do here. Arnstad picks it up again. Sends it all the way across as far as Oliver Braude.
They got to get themselves high up the pitch now. Once the ball goes back to that, Ireland have got to squeeze that up high, try and get themselves up the pitch.
Norway retaining the ball pretty well. Levick. Hansen Erin went down that central channel, and in the end it finds its way through to Tiernan Brooks.
I just might argue Ireland maybe a little bit hurt by that earlier opportunity from Muvka when he got himself down that right hand side, put the ball into a really good area. Norway a little bit on their heels getting players, and Sheldrup kept themselves out on that left hand side, should have taken an opportunity. As we say, Adebayo get himself into a good area to cover. That ball over the top is the start of it. I just feel Ireland maybe can do that a little bit more, considering how high a line Norway are playing. And your picture there looks calm enough at the moment. I think he'd be fairly happy with how things have gone. I'm not too happy with the opportunity that Norway had just a couple of minutes ago. I'm sure he's trying to plot away to see just going to work more chances for Ireland. Not too many as of yet.
I think they've been few and far between. This game very finely poised. Lots on the line as this qualification process draws to a close. Ireland having missed out on the 2023 tournament by the narrowest of margins, lost out to Israel on penalties in their playoff. That campaign also included Italy in the Irish group. And Italy leading the standings ahead of tonight's set of fixtures. Ireland play Italy on Tuesday in their final game. That's an away match. And 3 points tonight would leave Ireland in a position where if they were to go to Italy with 3 points under their belt from tonight, they'd have a chance to win the group and secure direct qualification through. But a long, long way left to go before that eventuality comes to pass.
That's probably Norway's best spell in the game now, Carl, just stroking the ball around. Arnstad, Helland, Arson all getting involved now. Look at the link-up play. They've had the ball now for a couple of minutes.
He's down this right-hand flank again with Muvka. He's causing Ireland some trouble inside the area here. Ireland need to stand tall, cleared away by Phillips. But Norway again retain possession. Ireland just forced into some defensive work here. Again, Mufka causing the trouble down this right-hand side.
Yeah, the problem is when you get 1v1 like that. Garcia McNulty done extremely well. Once it's similar to the Corda situation, found himself inside the box. He just can't do anything there. He was almost tempted. Mufka just full of tricks, left foot, right foot.
That ball's well won back by Moran. Looked like he was fouled. Maku was as well. Free kick for Ireland. That'll give them a chance to get up the park.
Yeah, clever from Maku. Showing a little bit of experience there, even though under 21s. Andy Moran quiet enough in this game. Once the tackle comes in, Maku can just sense that little bit of presence behind them. Just go down and kill the game a little bit. Good opportunity now for Ireland, maybe just to get a little bit of a breather after kind of taking some sustained pressure from Norway. Norway being a little bit decent for the last 5 minutes or so.
Adebayega back to a banquet. Past the halfway point now, this first half. Very little to talk about in the way of chances, but can Ireland create something here? Phillips has got himself some space. Nobody really to aim at just yet inside. Had the head up. Ball won back by Norway, and now cleared away. Banker watched that one all the way, so it goes through to Garcia McNulty. Here's Adebayega. Curtis helping him over there. Down the line it goes. Johnny Kenny has hung out there as well. And in the end, Ireland win a throw-in.
We talked about Ireland trying to utilise that Norwegian high line, playing the ball over the top. Exactly what they did to get Phillips in behind, but there's nobody making himself into the box. Phillips found himself all alone. It's a wonderful delivery from Curtis, just puts it right in front of Phillips. That's just tempting. Go and knock that ball across the box. There's nobody in there. It's the second time now we've seen. It was Rowan on the first occasion, probably 10-15 minutes ago. Getting in behind that Norwegian defence, you need to get players bursting into the box, and that's one thing Jim Crawford would be hugely disappointed with.
Killian Phillips has this throw-in. Ireland have pumped a few bodies forward here into the area. Flicked on. No one there in a green shirt to take advantage, but Ireland retain possession. Back to Garcia McNulty, who'll send it back out towards Phillips again. Too much behind that one.
Yeah, he's not happy, Phillips, is he? Not sure what McNulty. I would have liked to have seen Garcia McNulty maybe just to play that into an area for Phillips maybe to run into inside the fullback rather than go over the fullback's head. What the centre half did mean to do, but better from Ireland, but especially on their approach play, getting in behind Norway. The fact that they're not getting bodies into the box just maybe suggests that a little bit tentative at the moment, Ireland.
Here come Norway again, winning possession back. Ostrom. Close Irish player to the ball. It's gone forward again. That's, as you say, or said earlier on, Stewie, that's an interesting battle there between Abankwa and Nordas, the Norwegian hitting the deck on that occasion. Referee happy enough that there was no foul.
He's a big boy, Nordas, isn't he? And obviously Abankwa, very physical, very strong, pacey player. Two of them are going to have a right scrap, no doubt about it.
Healy goes back, just makes Garcia McNulty work a little harder than he might like for that one. And here's Brooks again. Launches it forward. Curtis coming in from that right-hand wing. Falls nicely here for Phillips, who flips it forward as far as Kenny. Ireland still have it in the middle. Adebayega races onto it. Kenny pulls off the challenge, then his ball back just a little bit loose, but Garcia McNulty got there in time. But now Muvka might be in behind here. Nordas is up in support on the far side. Referee, I thought, was going to award the free kick. Now it arrives, and Norway have decent field position here inside the Irish half.
Yeah, Ireland playing themselves into a little bit of trouble. Loose pass from Kenny across to Garcia McNulty. He's got to go to ground to try and win that tackle, and all of a sudden Mufka's breaking. Garcia McNulty just could get himself out of position. He's got to maybe commit the foul just to make sure that they're not in trouble, Ireland. That final pass in the final third is eluding Ireland at the moment. just not able to pick the pocket of Norway. Probably getting a little bit confused as to whether they should probably drop in or go high or go long in behind Norway. When they do go long in behind Norway, their passes are coming up short. Johnny Kenny's making that run, but it's not getting the ball isn't coming to him. Looks like some trouble here. He's gone down.
That'll be a big concern for Ireland. Let's hope that's not as serious as it looks initially for the Irish defender. He's had a really good game so far.
The worry is, Colin, he should step forward. He's not really under any pressure. It's just when that right or left leg comes down, not too sure. Looks like it might be the right foot. Just kind of got stood in the ground, didn't it? Jarred the ankle. Hopefully it's just one of them where you just maybe compress the joint. They can be sore, but hopefully no ligament damage. But he does look in an awful lot of pain.
Yeah, let's hope that's not too serious. Abankwah receiving some attention down there. Into the 30th minute now of the opening half. Great crowd in here at Turner's Cross.
I think Ireland need this little bit of a break, to be honest, Carl. I mean, Jim Crawford has kind of got the players over, obviously availing of the opportunity to get some fluids on board, but Jim will certainly have a few things to maybe say to his players.
What can they do a bit better, do you feel, Stewie?
I just feel that Norwegian high line is definitely something you should be utilising more. You need to be getting balls in behind. We've seen opportunities come from Ireland getting that ball in behind. Rowan directly from the goalkeeper's long kick got in, get the delivery across the box. There's nobody in there, and then Phillips a little bit later on in the game, something similar. Sam Curtis playing it in behind, and the quality of delivery has to be good. It has to be long. The ball will hold up on this pitch. It's not going to run through. Gotta get players committed to that, but we haven't been getting players committed into the box when those opportunities have come. They've come very few and far between. Really only 2 chances where we've gotten them behind, and maybe that's the reason why players are not committing themselves, because we have been a little bit elusive. Looks like Abankwah's going to be okay.
Yeah, he just made his way off the field. Was able to walk off himself. Looks like he'll try and shake that one off.
I was going to say Ireland would love to be able to play through the centre, you know, like Andy Moore, and getting them on the ball height of the pitch. But the way Norway have set up here, they're very tight. There's just probably 25-30 yards between them when they get themselves set into that banks of 4-4-2. Ireland's going to be a little bit braver, take more chances, and just try and get them, you know, get this Norwegian team running back towards his own goal.
So away we go again. Abankwah back onto the field, just out of shot on your right-hand side. Norway in possession, heading towards half-time now under the lights here at Turner's Cross. A game of few chances. And as it stands, the Republic of Ireland 0, Norway 0.
To see Jim Crawford on the restart there, just kind of encouraging his players just to kind of hassle, hurry, and close the ball down quicker, trying to inject a little bit of energy into the team. It's all very flat at the moment. Certainly would have expected more maybe from his Ireland team, especially being at home. We talked about the crowd being a huge positive for the home team. If you can get them going, if you can get them off their seat, get them something to shout about. It's gone quite quiet here at the moment because there's not really much happening for Ireland.
Irish throw-in. Sean Rowan tried to get that one moving quickly again, but just waiting for some support to arrive. Now plays it down as far as Garcia McNulty. Can Ireland spark into life here as we head for the break? Ball forward is straight down the middle and straight through to Sander Tanvik.
A little bit of frustration from Amaku there on that occasion. Brooks went along with the goal kick. I think he wanted to drop it in for him. The goalkeeper had other ideas, and Amaku not on the same wavelength as him.
Ireland win it back in the middle. Moran gets his head on quickly, and Kenny's inside the area. Johnny Kenny! It's a good save. And finally the crowd come to life here at Turner's Cross. Johnny Kenny driving that left-footed effort, almost meeting Sander Tanvik at his near post.
As we've seen before, Ireland or Norway, when they give away chances, you can win the ball high at the pitch, and Andy Moran, that's the best player you want to be on that ball when he wins it up high. Just slots it in front of Johnny Kenny, tempts him to say, go on, hit that, and he hits the target. John Kenny, the keeper's got to do a lot of work here. Big guy, cover that front post and force the save.
Corner for Ireland. Matt Healy standing over it. Drives it in, low trajectory. Norway get it away rather comfortably. Now Ireland are trying to defend, and Moran commits the foul, preventing that Norway counter. It's a yellow card as well for the Irish captain.
Clement's a good one. Ireland probably caught him the break, gets two hands around him. Yeah, it's a little bit sloppy, but especially when Healy was coming around on the cover. The corner kick from Healy was poor. Expect more from him, especially off the back of the Ireland opportunity. Finally got the crowd off their seats a little bit.
Johnny Kenny with the best chance of the night so far. He's gone closest to breaking the deadlock. But it still remains goalless here at Turner's Cross. 11 minutes to go to the break. Norway player down here. The referee's going to hold play up for some attention to come in, I think. The Norwegian player down is Isak Hansen Arjen.
I think a little come together with Phillips to show what happened. It didn't look like there's too much wrong with him. Johnny Kenny offering him a hand up. Let's go and play football. Say Norway may be keen to kind of stop the game, take the momentum out of the game a little bit when they get the opportunity.
There's their manager Jan Peder Jallind, returned to coaching at the age of just 24, and has been involved with Norway at underage level. Took up the under-21 job after the European Championships last year. Norway have a pretty good record. They've been at the finals 3 times. They went out in the group stage last year, but they've been to the semi-finals on the other 2 occasions. They've managed to get to the finals. Here they are on the attack again now, down that far side. Picked up by Shelderup. Adabayega just shepherding him towards the corner flag, but Ireland win it back. Phillips does well, sends it forward to Kenny. Tried to get turned there. Phillips had continued his run. Ireland have the throw-in.
Yeah, it's got to be better from Kenny. Ireland did really well. Adabayega just kind of snuffed out Shelderup's opportunity. Phillips picks it up, he gets his head up, plays the good ball into Kenny and looks to get the return off, and probably should have offloaded it back to Healy maybe, Johnny Kenny, but just got a little bit caught under his feet. Didn't really know what his next ball was, and chance to miss for Ireland to maybe break there, but they have the ball back.
Over the head of Phillips and cleared away by Robin Ostrom at Banquet. Garcia McNulty got a toe on that one, but Norway pick it up in the middle. Moore is in there now. Has to be just that little bit more careful now on the yellow card as Norway go down that left-hand flank once again, but they've given the ball away. Kenny now this time does get turned in time, sent it forward towards Amaku, and that's a great ball forward from Phillips. Moran is over there. His player is over as well. One of them is Sean Rowan. He'll retrieve this one on the left-hand side. Now, can Ireland make something of this? Phillips help get the move going. Dispossessed on the edge of the area. A chance goes a-begging. Garcia McNulty nods it down towards Healy. Lufka. It's opened up here a little bit for Norway. Arnstad keeps it moving. Ireland have to get back into a defensive position now. Adabayega clears it away. Johnny Kenny helps force that one out off the Norwegian defender, Robin Orstrom.
Getting a little animated now, the Ireland bench, Cropper grabbing the ball, getting back to his player. This is probably the one opportunity where Ireland taking advantage of that high Norwegian line. This is the ball across from Moore, and maybe a little bit too long for Rowan. Once it comes back to Phillips, chance gets snuffed out. Just didn't see it in the picture, but what led up to that was Johnny Kenny kind of coming inside, and then Maku had made a run in behind, and Johnny Kenny tried to spot him. Hits it along the ground, and it was cut out by Goodall, the big centre half, and then he had just clipped it over the top. Or, you know, Norway were right up at the halfway line. But this high line from Norway is certainly an opportunity for Ireland to capitalise on. I think they may be starting to see it.
Will we have a goal before half-time here to break the deadlock? Into the 38th minute now here in Cork. Norway spreading the play. Matthias Levick. And it comes as far as Hansen Aron, who looks okay, having picked up that knock a few minutes ago. Good defending again from Curtis.
There's a chance in the game maybe for Ireland just to be disciplined and coming close enough to half-time. There's always a period in the game when discipline has got to be really important, and have that focus. Often heard it, teams conceding just before half-time. Ireland on that occasion just got themselves into the bank of 4. Let Norway have it for a little bit and then just win the ball back, throw it for Ireland now.
Phillips played it back as far as Curtis, hoops it up into the evening sky. Maku was underneath it, but Norway win it. This is Nordas who gets it away. Arnstad then as far as Hansen Aaron. Good build-up play this. Shelderup takes up possession. Being tracked there by Healy. Ball into the area, Banquet there for Ireland. Drives forward this time. Was looking for Johnny Kenny. There was a little block on that one. Kenny still might get involved. Phillips gets a hold of it for Ireland. Spins the challenge as well and wins the free kick. Good play from Killian Phillips. And a little shove after it all. The referee was watching.
He's reacted, Ostrom. You know, two of them were at it, Phillips and Ostrom. A little bit of a rough and tumble, but Ostrom has reacted right in front of the referee. He's booked Andy Moran for pulling the player back.
There's a little shove at the end as well. Doesn't look like there'll be a card here.
Yeah, I'm normally one to let these go, to be quite honest with you. I just think it's part of the game, but when you booked Andy Moran for something not too dissimilar, there has to be consistency from the referee. We'll get on with it anyway. Just again, don't want to keep harping on about it, but that opportunity to get Ireland in behind that Norwegian high line, a Banquet had an earlier chance, probably 30 seconds ago. Johnny Kenny made a really good run in behind, and he's just kind of clipped the ball 4 or 5 yards off the ground. Needs to get it high in behind and can't state it enough. Even look how high they are now for the free kick.
Two Irish players standing over this one. Looks like it'll be Matt Healy to take it. It's an extremely high line from Norway here. You can see it just to the left of your picture.
Everyone's quite central. There's nothing to be out wide here on the left-hand side.
Here comes the ball in for Ireland. All the way to the back of the congregation of players, headed towards Adabiega, but Norway do defend it well. Luvka then upended as he tried to make some ground. And Norway try and take the free kick quickly. They're not pleased that the referee has held that one up.
The ball's rolling. Free claims.
Just off screen, Nordas was probably away had that been allowed continue. So Ireland can get back and retreat into a defensive position.
That earlier free kick, probably crying out for somebody maybe to come short and wide, play it short, try and work the ball wide, get a delivery in from a wide area rather than just play a kind of a hit and hopeful central ball into what was a very centrally packed group of players. Just maybe Ireland lacking a little bit of invention at the moment. Quite stubborn, Norway, so far.
And Banquet spots a good pass into the middle. Moran has the time to turn here. Just a little bit short with the ball out towards Curtis.
Oh, he pulled me hair out by Jim Crawford on that one. That's a really straightforward ball. Manny Moran picks up a really good area, gets turned. He's got plenty of time and space, and he's obviously seen the run of Kenny down that right, and he's just got to clip it over the top, give him something to run onto. He's short again.
Healy just about got that one away in time. Was being closed down by Hansen Aaron. Back to Brooks again. Far too much behind that one. Was looking for Adabiega along the sideline.
Got to be careful here, Ireland now. 42 coming up in 43 minutes. Just need to get themselves into half-time, clean sheet, and go again.
Against Latvia, Ireland looked in a comfortable position. They led that game by a goal to nil after the opening 20 minutes, but Latvia striking to equalise before half-time. Then they took the lead as well. Ireland did retrieve things with a Sean Rowan effort in the second half, earning them a point. That certainly was a game that Ireland would have felt that 3 points were a minimum requirement.
The tempo of the game, Carl, has kind of naturally gone into this sort of stop-start sort of a flow. I think it's important for Ireland, especially in the second half. They have to try to dictate the pace of the game. We've maybe been a little bit guilty of kind of just standing on the ball, playing slow passes across the back and not really injecting any kind of a real pace into the game. It's understandable enough playing against the kind of quality of opposition of Norway. The risks and the rewards for this game are huge, and you know, taking chances that are going to hurt you. And at some stage, they're going to have to start taking those risks.
Free kick for Norway will be taken by Christian Arnstedt, the Norwegian captain. Drills this one across. It's a good delivery as well. I think an Irish head got a flick on that. The referee was watching. Instead, he awards the goal kick. I think Norway felt they should have had a corner, possibly.
That man in the picture just there, good, big, tall centre half. Looked like he was all over that. It was a good delivery into a good area. And we just got a little bit of a shove. I think it might have been Rowan, maybe. Put him off. Opportunity now for Ireland to get themselves to the pitch and just try and see out this half-time.
Goal kick from Brooks. Garcia McNulty comes off the outside of his boot.
I'd like to see Brooks maybe aim those kickouts maybe a little bit wider, putting it down the throat of Goodall. Isn't going to do too much good. He's the biggest man on the pitch. He's won every single header that's come his way.
Bowling over the top. Brooks was alive to the danger. Clears it away. I say Nordas was chasing in after it. We'll have 2 minutes of added time at the end of this first half.
2 minutes of additional time at the first half.
Norway with the ball now in an advanced position. They've got the throw-in down there, so the visitors with an opportunity here maybe to trouble Ireland. Lufka's been one of the more impressive players for the visitors in the first half.
Lovick has come over from left full to take this. Obviously he's got a big throw. Hugely important now for Ireland just to be disciplined. Make sure they win this header.
There's Anselmo Garcia McNulty. Marking job on Elvin Helland. That's the long throw-in into the area. They got a header on it as well, Norway, through Tobias Goodall, the man that you've been speaking about, Stewie.
It's attracted to his head, isn't he? He was a big guy, like, you know, and he's got himself into that area. Difficult to kind of move him off the ball, man mountain. Plenty for Jim Crawford to mull over. I've just seen him over there jotting a lot of notes down on the sideline. Trying to get a bit more motivation maybe into this team, get a bit more energy going about them. I think they'll be happy that they've gone in at 0-0. Had a right look at Norway. I think they'll certainly feel that they can up the game, up the tempo of the game. There are opportunities there for them.
Garcia McNulty. 30 seconds or thereabouts to go to half-time. Banquet smacks that one clear, but out off the field of play. Looks okay after that injury concern earlier on in this first half, James Banquet. So both sides just, you feel, want half-time to arrive now. Happy enough with the picture at 0-0.
Yeah, I think the game, the way it's gone, Colin, is kind of indicative of what's at stake, really. Both these teams probably feel that they've got a huge opportunity to qualify, but more needed from both.
There is the half-time whistle, and little to choose between the sides here in the opening half at Turner's Cross. A game of few chances, but lots on the line. Thinking to do for Jim Crawford and his backroom team at the break, but it's all to play for in the second 45 minutes under the lights here in Cork. Neither side able to carve open too many clear-cut opportunities in the opening 45. But there's the half-time picture at Turner's Cross. The Republic of Ireland 0, Norway 0. We're back very shortly. Marie, thank you very much indeed. Almost set to go now for the second half here at Turner's Cross. Things finally poised at 0-0 at half-time. It'll be Ireland playing from left to right in this second half. No change to the Ireland team for this second half. But plenty of potential reinforcements from the bench, should Jim Crawford decide to go there in this second half, as you would expect he will, as things trundle on towards full time. Norway get us back underway. No change to the Norway team at half-time either. And here they are, almost done a foray forward.
I'm sure they must have had a conversation at half-time. Jim Crawford trying to inspire his troops maybe. Job one, first and foremost, would be to keep that table exactly the way it is at the moment and try and build on that. I think it may well suit Ireland if possibly Norway come out of their shell a little bit, get a little bit more advanced with the pitch and try and maybe stretch that line they have.
Ireland have won it back. Maku almost making his way through. But Norway snuff out the danger. Now they go down the other end. In as far as the team captain, Christian Arnstead. Big track there by Healy, but Arnstead got that ball away. Rowan watching this one all the way. He's watching the danger man there, Joe Muvka, who was very impressive in the first half. Ireland have the ball now in a decent position with Andy Moran. Lots of space here for Curtis on the right-hand flank. Racing in front of him in support is Phillips. Will he get there in time? Phillips, lung-bursting run, did get there. Back to Curtis again. And now it's with Healy. Abanqua. And now Anselmo Garcia McNulty. As far as Adabiega. Back to this right-hand side again, perhaps. Healy. Loose pass into the middle, and Norway have it back. Ireland might be a little bit exposed here. Banquo intervenes to win it back. Racing in was Shelderup. Ball towards Kenny. Now with Banquo. Deals with that one pretty comfortably.
Adabiega comes having a little bit of trouble there, didn't he? Banquo, as you rightly said, Cottle just got that across in the cover. Hansen Aaron and Helen Arnstad. Wonderful balance to them. You can see good players, and when they do get time and space, they can make things happen. Just feel Ireland have that potential, and this man on the ball in particular, Andy Moran's got lovely balancing about him. Certainly can take a pass. I'd love to see him on the ball a little bit more, actually higher up the pitch.
Adabiega touches that down as far as Healy. Moran.
Important for Ireland that they maintain this good possession, keep the ball moving at all times. Probably a little bit guilty in the first half, just kind of standing on the ball, being very predictable, easy to mark, not really causing anything, especially when you play that ball across the back four. On that particular occasion, Adabiega into a Banquet across the McNulty. Maybe can we miss one out, move the ball quicker, try and get this Norwegian team kind of shifting across the pitch and where gaps will possibly occur.
Adabiega sends it forward to Kenny. Lovely touch as far as Phillips. Banquet almost got in there, the defender back up on his feet in time. Good all.
Phillips was sure he wanted the Mako to drop in short so that he could play around the corner for the run of Kenny. Instead, Mako went long, got intercepted. It's the kind of things that just aren't happening at the moment for Ireland.
Still trying to find the breakthrough. Johnny Kenny had a good chance in the first half, well saved by Sander Tanvik, and out from that, very, very few chances to talk about for either team. Both sides aware of the situation in terms of the table, with another round of fixtures to come. Ireland play Italy on Tuesday. Norway finish off their group schedule against Turkey, who had that win against Latvia earlier on this evening. Norway 2 points behind Ireland in the table ahead of tonight, and if it was to finish as it is now, they would go into those final games hoping that Ireland would slip up against Italy and lose that game, and if Norway were to beat Turkey, then they would propel themselves into second spot. Cleared away by Ostrom. Anselmo Garcia McNulty almost got caught there, and now Norway do have it back, and Ireland a little bit exposed here. Norway have players racing through the middle, and you just wonder, should they have gone first time with that ball through the middle? Instead they hold it up.
Certainly have committed players forwards, and 4 or 5 Norwegians just gone surging forward. I think you're right, Colin. Ireland lucky in that occasion that they just maybe a tentative to break early, Norway.
Phillips racing after possession here, trying to apply the pressure on Norway. And Phillips now closing in. Getting the applause from the Turner's Cross crowd. That might get things moving now in this second half. Into the 51st minute. Abanqua loses out here, and Norway might be in. Racing it, Anselmo Garcia McNulty stands up the challenge well. Inside the area with Nordas. And now Moran wins it back for Ireland. Abanqua was just looking up there for a long ball forward. Kenny felt like it should have gone. Johnny Kenny was the furthest forward. Banquo's won the free kick.
There's that man Nordas sat in the Banquo having a right old battle just a couple of minutes before that. Nordas came up on top, but when a Banquo just wins the ball back here. See Nordas a little bit petulant, trying to leave one in on the Banquo. Just a couple of times Ireland maybe a little bit sloppy in that central defensive area. Garcia McNulty got himself caught up a little bit as well, and Norway always threatening to break.
Albiega's ball forward. Kenny won the flick on. Coming in support was Rowan, just got there a little bit too late, but Ireland do have the throw in.
Can we get the ball early and get this ball going quickly, trying to sort of stretch this Norwegian team? They're all too comfortable for them at the moment. Everything's just kind of in front of them.
This time Garcia McNulty loses out. Norway trying to emerge in possession. They've got themselves a free kick. Mulca back defending on that occasion.
Norway haven't learned their lessons from Roy Smile on the referee's face. Haven't learned their lessons from the first half when the ball was rolling and they played a quick free kick. It's Brown just pulling back Mulca. Strong Mulca gets himself just between ball and man, forces the foul. Certainly a tricky customer.
Who closed right up there. Norway still in possession. And Kenny helping out as well. Norway pretty composed in possession. Good all. Back to the goalkeeper again. Phillips. Norway committing bodies forward to the press, but Norway working it out now into a more comfortable position.
Press from Norway. It's a decent enough press more, and you can see maybe one or two players maybe 3 or 4 yards short, a little bit too late, kind of moving once that trigger happens. But Norway comfortable, this man on the ball as well, certainly getting more of the ball all the time. It's be a worry for Ireland now. Norway just dictating the game, controlling the pace of it, making Ireland work, and the fear would be that Ireland, those players come 75-80 minutes, get really tired. What you want.
Norway keeping the ball really well here. Ireland retreating back into a more defensive position now as Arnstead picks out a good pass as far as Shelderup, and now they might be in here. A bit more purpose about things now, up towards the edge of the area. Shooting opportunity. Good lockdown from Anabiega, who got the foot in. Andreas Shelderup of Benfica got the right boot on that one. Still Norway retain possession. Comes across as far as Hansen Aaron. And now Shelderup again. Holding the wide position is Levick. Was waiting for the continued run of Shelderup, which never arrived.
Yeah, wasn't on the same length with his playing wavelength with his fullback. Shelderup now just kind of starting to drop inside, a sort of inverted player. Allowing Levick get it wide down this left-hand side, and we don't want a Shelderup maybe picking that ball up in space, especially in that inside right position. Oh,
Tiernan Brooks, heart and mouth moment there. Just about gets away with it. Jonas almost had an empty goal to aim at. And he got his toe on that one.
Shelderup maybe starting to throw himself or getting himself into that sort of inside right channel, not being picked up, picking the ball up and getting running at the fence. He's a tricky customer, plenty of pace about him. He loves to work himself inside onto that right foot, and Ireland have really got to watch out for.
Throw in for Curtis. Field that goes, and Norway get it back to their goalkeeper again, Sander Tanvik. Drives it downfield, good header again from a Banquet. Rowan got a touch on that one. Kenny returns the ball to the wide area. Moore to Rowan again. Sean Rowan! Good save for the goalkeeper, and Kenny on the follow-up. Much better from Ireland. No end product, but a good opportunity.
All of a sudden, Ireland get in behind Norway, catch them on the break, and it's a wonderful worked opportunity down that left-hand side. Rowan loves to get himself forward, little interchange with Kenny, lovely little offload. That's a wonderful pass from Andy Moore, and I think the strike from Rowan works the goalkeeper, and Johnny Kenny gets himself into the right area, anticipates that the keeper's going to save it, but he's got to get the finish right. Just doesn't react quick enough.
Big opportunity for Ireland, and Johnny Kenny. The Banquet, good defending again. There were two Norwegian forwards for company. This is Kenny again. Upended, and he wins the free kick.
His sprung a little bit of life into Ireland. That's the best opportunity of the game, no doubt about it. He's furious with himself, Kenny. This is the foul. Trying to get himself into this game now. Instead, the skipper, sloppy, giving away free kick opportunity now for Ireland. Possibly to try and maybe work something wide here. We can't see it off the picture, but I mean, we're looking at maybe 20 players all grouped into a very centrally high area. There's a good shot of it on the picture there. Can we get somebody maybe wide coming around the back?
Rowan will deliver. Coming around the back, Adabiega was lurking. Movka got the head on it in time. It'll come back out to Sam Curtis. Drives it back in again. Just a little bit too much behind it for Kenny, who's stretched out that left boot but couldn't get enough on it to keep it in play.
Yeah, I thought it was a decent delivery from Coors, acknowledged by Kenny. Maybe he's got to go for this with his head. Johnny Kenny, can he just knock it back across goal? Might be a little bit unfair, maybe too long for him.
Johnny Kenny, 12 league goals this season for Shamrock Rovers. He got a couple in Europe as well. And has had the best of the chances tonight for Ireland, but the breakthrough yet to arrive here under the lights of Turner's Cross.
Well, he'll be disappointed with himself with the earlier chance of the first half when Rowan put it across. He would have had a tap in maybe if he had anticipated it more. I'm sure that's the exact reason why he got himself into a good area for that opportunity, but kicking himself, he just wasn't able to react quick enough.
Norway now down the other end, headed away by a Banquet. Really got enough on that to prevent it making its way forward, and now it's picked up by Phillips. Here's Curtis. Hooked up for a ball down the line, nothing on. Goes all the way back to Brooks. Now a Banquet again.
These are the areas. Banquet, no real option to play that central. He's got to move with himself. Just good play from him, but the delivery there on that occasion is sloppy.
Gets it again at Banquet. And now some space here for Sean Rowan, maybe. Field to Healy. Phillips. Adabiega. Rowan. Nice effect now for more in Ireland inside the area. Chance! Just couldn't keep the shot down. Really good play along that left-hand side from Ireland.
Yeah, all of a sudden things starting to happen for Ireland, especially down that left-hand side, as you rightly said. Andy Moran getting himself now into areas where he can get on the ball. Lovely little interchange with Amaku. As he gets it back more, you can see what he's trying to do, just kind of core it into that far right-hand corner. Just gets too much on it. It's much better from Ireland. Just showing a lot of positivity. He's actually struck it really well. It's kind of hopping up for him a little bit, isn't it?
You can see what he was trying to do, nestled in that far corner.
Just coming from Andy Moran, kind of deserting that central area, but kind of taking the ball up wide left, trying to work something down that left-hand side. And that's two positive moves from Ireland, especially down that left-hand side the last few minutes.
Rowan launches it forward first time. Goalkeeper took control of that from an early stage. Tanvik. For encouragement for Ireland as we approach the hour mark here at Turner's Cross. The best of the chances have fallen their way in this second half, but the scoreboard will tell you it's still Ireland 0, Norway 0. Sam Curtis to Phillips. Curtis went for the return. Phillips almost got it there.
See what he's trying to do. Face back into a corner, a little bit clever little back heel. Curtis giving away the goal kick. Andy Moran now, all of a sudden the skipper getting himself more involved in the game, trying to dictate things for Ireland. Norway, as we've seen, trying to kill the game again.
Ireland have probably built up a little bit of momentum. Tanvik goes long with his goal kick. And towards Nordas was battling with Garcia McNulty this time, and the Irish defender wins the free kick.
There's hold each other, all arms in the Nordas. Referee on that occasion spotted it. Free kick.
Looking for the run of Kenny. Phillips was there as well, but Norway defended well. Good strong challenge there from Healy. he's collected the ball as well. Good work from the Irish midfielder. A loose touch from Adabiega, but Ireland just about keeping a hold of it. Moran got a touch, and now Norway win it back. Eventually, Adabiega puts it out.
Yeah, all very tight in that channel there. Plenty of Norwegian players, but certainly last 5 minutes or so, best about Moran in the game, no doubt about it. Create 2 good opportunities, getting a little bit more possession on the ball.
Up into the air it goes. Curtis beaten to that one now. Phillips battling here in the middle. Moran looked like he was bundled off the ball. Referee happy enough to allow play continue. And now some space along this left-hand side for Norway. Levick picks it up down the line. Sheldrup. Levick still there in support. Healy applying the pressure for Ireland. Hanson Aaron. Goodall. Helen sprays it across to the far side. Rowan gets in there in time. Referee will allow this continue. There's a free kick coming for Ireland, but the referee plays the advantage now. Phillips shifts it as far as Curtis. More purpose about Ireland in this second half. Can they make it count? Curtis trying to feint the cross and commits the foul. Frustration on the part of the Irish defender, you feel?
Yeah, it's good work, Martin, to get the ball back high. Once it comes out the court, you can see what he's trying to do. 1v1. Lovick probably a little bit caught in his heels. Cord just needed to kind of get some momentum. Knock the ball past him, maybe. Give credit to the left full back from Norway. Stood his ground and forced the foul.
Lovka battling there with Garcia McNulty. Put forward by Rowan. Maku closes in to try and win it. Now forward towards Kenny. Moran beaten to that one, and now Norway looking to find a way through. Opportunity for the ball in. Curtis gets in the way of that one. It falls back as far as Ostrom, who actually played for Denmark at under 19 level, but there then for Norway, as Tobias Goodall takes it down that central channel. Space here for Sheldrup. Noriega stands his ground. No way through just yet for Norway. Ball sent in. Nordas was there, but it goes all the way through to Tiernan Brooks.
Just as Ireland had a pretty good spell in the game, it's all kind of gone backwards a little bit. Speaking of the game, really, so far, it's kind of ebbs and flows, really, stops and starts. I don't think Ireland have to be asking themselves, I mean, they're no great shakes, Norway. I mean, we know that they have got quality, but lacking a little bit in this game. Certainly in the second half, we feel Ireland just kind of feel like they have the edge on them, a little bit more belief.
There's a chance for Rowan. Gets it across left-footed. Just stretching for that one, but Ireland do have to throw it.
You see, they are trying to work themselves into the game here, kind of taking a little bit more risks, more chances, especially down that left-hand side, getting loads of joy. Just need maybe a little luck to come their way. Important that they kind of keep this momentum, this pressure up.
Throw in for Ireland. Sean Rowan, ball in hand, launches it towards the area, over the head of Garcia McNulty, and then cleared away by Norway. Banquet will go and retrieve that. Couple of Irish substitutes going to warm up over there. I just wonder what Jim Crawford is thinking in terms of potential changes. Rocco Vada scored a couple of goals here at this very venue against San Marino earlier on in the campaign. Started against Latvia the last day. He's among the potential reinforcements. Kenny gets a touch. Healy. All about the first time ball across to Rowan. Instead went back as far as Adabiega.
We all thought about that one. We all saw it. And Rowan had the hands up, wondering why didn't he bang it out to me first time. Plenty of space in front of him, hadn't he?
Garcia McNulty. Banquet. Healy. Good work from Amaku. Wins it back now, drives towards the area. Felt like he was fouled, but the referee from an early stage wasn't interested.
And he's furious, Colin, and I have to say he's got a point here. I mean, what's he supposed to do here? Get the ball out of his feet. He's nicked that. That's a foul from Ostrom. He's kind of not really much the player can do, but he's impeding Emaku. It's a definite foul for me. He's absolutely furious when he gets up. Strange the referee has been on some of his decisions. He's let a lot of things go in this game, and then on occasions like that, I feel that's a definite free kick for Ireland. Important for Ireland now that they don't let that sort of stuff get under their skin, get a little bit frustrated.
Scored a late goal, Ireland, against Turkey here earlier on in the campaign to secure on that occasion a priceless 3 points, 3-2 victory that was here at Turner's Cross last year. Might we have more late drama this time around? Well, we've got just less than 24 minutes of normal time left to play. What do you think the thinking is, Stewie? Is it a case of happy enough with the draw as things continue, or is it a case of trying to go for all 3 points here to try and win the group?
No doubt that's the baseline. It's hugely important that they don't concede, that they don't lose the game. They've got to give themselves every opportunity, but just feel that. I feel Norway are here for the taking. I think if Ireland can just maybe step up the tempo a little bit more belief in them, certainly have more chances in this game for them.
Viega loses out, and Nordas shifts that one away quickly, and Norway raiding forward here. Shelder up towards the edge of the area for Norway, defending to do for Ireland. The referee was watching that one. Shelder went to ground. Hopefully from an Irish point of view the whistle didn't sound.
One of them, Shelder, kind of throws the leg over and not too sure whether he was caught. The referee, to his credit, I was a bit critical in there a minute ago, got himself right up behind the play, had a really good view of it, immediately waved it off. Talking about taking those chances, that of Viega when he comes inside there, playing risky passes. When he steps forward, no cover in behind him. Shelder up is not the one player you want to see in that area, because he's got pace and power, loves to run of players.
Boren almost found a way through, but Norway win it back. Heading to the final 20 minutes now at Turner's Cross. Forward as far as Nordas, maybe in the hands of the back of Adabiega that time. Referee waves play on, and away Ireland go again. Healy gets the head up. Phillips looking for Curtis. Curtis has the throw in. Can Ireland find a way through?
Norway, to be fair, being the away team, have done a very good job at sort of trying to stop Ireland from playing centrally. Very disciplined in how they've set up at times, and the opportunity has presented itself. They've gone and played, especially more so maybe in that first half. Haven't seen too much in the second half. It's just kind of stifled Ireland a little bit.
Oh, Johnny Kenny thought he had won that one legally. He's going to pick up a yellow card here, I think, for having a word with the assistant. We'll get a look at it again here, Stewie.
We mentioned it with the Emaku opportunity earlier on, that Ireland don't get too frustrated. This is a good opportunity with the Lovick up at the clear. The referee will play, that's a ball that has to come off, but he's obviously very frustrated. Johnny Kenny, one of them situations where there are opportunities to Shelder up breaking down the left-hand side, 1v1. Banquet, it's just the Banquet does really well, just kind of steps across, doesn't he, really? And Shelder kind of went down a little bit too easy. The referee was right up behind it, had a really good view of it, but it's one of them that can be tricky enough. Carl, you've seen them given before, but Banquet again, you've seen from him really composed in situations like that, just kind of uses his body, doesn't lunge, doesn't do anything that's over the top, always looks in control, and I think that's what the referee saw.
So into the final 20 minutes now. They look to win it back there. They have through a throw-in. Andy Moran back there helping out. Back to Garcia McNulty. Punts it forward, but one there in a green shirt, and Norway win it back again. Ruvka was looking to get on the end of that at Banqua. His pass is a little bit loose, and then Ruvka's got it on the edge of the area. He's looking at that first time ball in towards Nordas, but they've got a corner.
feeling maybe a little bit leggy. Starts the game in the first half, Ireland have had to work extremely hard trying to kind of win that ball back up high. Make sure that you've got your discipline right, especially for set pieces. It'll be tricky here. Big guys here for Norway. Delivery is always good as well.
So here's a chance for the visitors, perhaps to trouble Ireland. The delivery will come from the far side from Christian Arnstad. Plenty of mileage behind that one towards the back post. You can see what he was trying to do, picked out Shelder up. Had the opportunity, but that was a very difficult one to try and control.
Yeah, the last question is how Shelder presented himself with the back stick. I think he needs to take a touch here. Once he gets the touch, he can get a strike off, and that's worrying from an Ireland point of view. Set pieces, stuff you obviously go through, drilled during the week, before the game, who's doing what. I think that shouldn't really be happening.
Goal kick. Punted away. There's the attendance for tonight. 5,754 watching on here at Turner's Cross. Can Ireland give them something more to shout about now in the closing stages? Moran has picked up that spot there on the left-hand side a few times in the second half. Here he is again now. Rowan on the overlap. First time ball in. Clatters off the defender. Moran's got it again on the edge of the area. Andy Moran for Ireland. Just wouldn't sit up for him. I think it was bobbling there as he struck that one. Unable to keep it down.
Yeah, showed us a bit. Yeah, didn't he, Andy Moran? Wonderful little silhouette when the clearance comes out here. It just comes off the Norwegian players. A scuff of a clearance, but look at that for a turn on the left foot. Brings it onto his right. Lovely balance. Lovely feet. Just the execution of the finish, just let him down at the wrong time. Like we mentioned, Andy Moran definitely getting himself more into this game. Obviously feels that centrally it's just so packed in midfield, not able to get on the ball, so he's drifting, he's trying to get himself into areas where he can make an impact, and certainly anything that good that's come from Ireland, that's come from him.
Moran now playing at Stoke City. He's on loan there from Brighton. Had that good run at Blackburn Rovers last season. Has senior international experience with Ireland as well.
All the dice here, Ireland. Look, Jim Crawford ready to make the changes. Just needs to inject something into this team, doesn't he? I certainly feel Norway are here for the taking. Still dangerous, but no, we've got to be careful, Ireland, that they don't get too complacent.
Moran wins it in the middle. This will fall for him again. Curtis is helping out with the run. Has to turn back, however, Moran to Adabiega. There are 3 Irish substitutes ready to come in on the far side. Garcia McNulty to a Banquet. Adabiega now again. As things stand, Ireland would remain in second in the table. They'd move to within 3 points of the leaders Italy, who have a significant goal difference advantage over Ireland ahead of that game on Tuesday. The final match in this group. The draw will keep Norway in the hunt as well for that second spot. Were they to beat Turkey in their final match. Curtis picks it up. Adabiega. Phillips. Healing. Oh, that's a good ball in as far as Kenny. Good touch as well from Kenny now. Gets it across. Here's the chance. It's in. Ireland have the breakthrough. Sean Rowan finishes off the ball in from Johnny Kenny. And finally, Ireland hit the front at Turner's Cross. It's taken 75 minutes. But how big might that goal be in the context of this group? Ireland 1, Norway 0.
Well, you might argue it was coming. Everything was coming down that left-hand side, but it happened to be down this right-hand side. Comes from Healy, a wonderful little flighted ball into Johnny Kenny. Talked about it in the first half, getting that quality ball, playing over the top to that Norwegian high line, but it's all about Johnny Kenny and how he takes this pass. This is the one from Healy. The delivery is exceptional, but look at this touch from Johnny Kenny. Just gets it out of his feet, tempts him to put that cross in, and he drills it across the box. And Rowan, unlike what we've seen in the first half, anticipates, takes a chance, gets himself into a really good area. And that's a hell of a finish. Got to make sure he gets good contact on it. And Ireland out of, well, you wouldn't say out of nothing, but probably the first time in the game where they've real quality in their approach play. Very much deserve to keep 1-0 up.
Well, Sean Rowan's goal against Latvia earned Ireland a point. Might that goal tonight earn Ireland all three? Still 15 minutes left to play, but Ireland in the ascendancy, and now we're going to have those 3 changes. So let's see how this will alter things from an Irish point of view, or whether the goal has altered things either. Jim
No doubt it
Crawford's
has,
thinking.
Carl. I mean, he's got to be thinking maybe go for it when he's making the changes. You get the goal, you have to be thinking we've got to really sort of try and solidify ourselves here. Not that Ireland need to kind of think they have looked quite well defensively, haven't looked hugely, you know, stretched maybe at times in the game where they've kind of been a little bit loose with their passing, or they've been caught in possession. They've looked a little bit susceptible, but no excuses now. They have to have learned from the Latvian games and maybe even the Norwegian game away. They've got to learn to shut out games now. They've gotten themselves into a wonderful opportunity, and it's important now that the players on the pitch, good game management, discipline, good communication between everybody.
So there's confirmation of Sean Rowan's goal in the 75th minute, giving Ireland a 1-0 lead here against Norway. So those changes, Johnny Kenny, Killian Phillipson, Adamo Maku are the players to make way, and Jim Crawford has introduced Rocco Vata, Marco Mahoney and Baba Adiko for the closing stages here. So fresh legs onto the field. Norway yet to run the bench, but they have substitutes warming up over there. But they know now that they've really got to go for it, because with Ireland collecting all 3 points, Norway would fall 5 behind with just 1 game left to play. So let's see what will develop over the next 13 minutes or so. Marco Mahoney, the furthest forward there, applying the pressure. Another local boy. Time at Cork City as well before his move to Brighton last year. Currently playing at Portsmouth. As that ball works its way inside again for Norway. Can they now find a response?
Really just about energy and desire now for Ireland, isn't it? Got so much to play for now. You just see the huge pep in their step. They're going to need that energy. Just squeeze Norway, keep them high out the pitch as much as they possibly can.
Andy Moran chasing after every ball. Norway trying to work it down this left-hand side, but they've played that one out off the park. And well, now Ireland's turn to try and wind down the clock.
Absolutely. It's important for the players. They're only young lads, but heads on young shoulders, just trying to kill the game as much as possible. I've certainly seen Norway do it more than one occasion in this game.
Moran has got onto the end of this one. Little touchdown from O'Mahony. Andy Moran inside the area. Norway defend it well. Goodall was back there. And Ireland now, after the goal, they've enjoyed plenty of the ball. Another ball forward from Healy. So there's the table as it stands. Looks very good from a Republic of Ireland point of view, doesn't it? Ahead of the final game on Tuesday against Italy, so it'll be a straight shootout for top spot. And they'd already have secured that second place, Ireland, and at least a playoff. So that's how much things can change on one moment.
The reward is in sight, certainly. These players will know. Got a huge 12, 13 minutes or so coming up. Still looking to work hard, Ireland. Just trying to stop Norway from getting into the game. On the ball there, tricky, this guy as well, shoulder up. Pressure from Ireland.
Adiko getting involved after his introduction. Ball now moves to the far side. Rowan, the goal scorer, nods that one down off the field of play. But Norway's turn now to make a triple substitution. So let's see how they'll alter things now. Surely we'll try and become a little bit more attacking. Sundar Egeli is coming in, wearing number 17.
Substitution for Norway, number 2, Oliver Barude.
also coming in. Hello, Asgard, who Jim Crawford felt would start the match. I think he mentioned in his post-match, or his pre-match interview rather, that Asgard, one of the better players that Norway have at their disposal to play in the middle of the park, but he's in now for the closing stages. So Norway, with that triple substitution, looking to change things up here, inject some life into their challenge, into the final 10 minutes. Space on this left-hand side for Sheldrup. Adabiega standing him up. Sheldrup cuts inside. Now the opportunity to deliver a ball into the area. Just a little bit too much behind that one. Fortunate from an Irish point of view, because Levitt got plenty of time there to pick out his cross.
That's the danger. Sheldrup, Lovick certainly posed a threat down this left-hand side. It's probably sloppy from Lovick. Probably would have preferred it on his left foot. Once it gets back into this right foot, just kind of stumps at it a little bit, and we're all glad to see that one go high and deep and long for a goal kick for Ireland.
Elias Melkusen is the other Norwegian player to come in here for the closing stages. He's playing up front. O'Mahony wins that flick on. Vata chasing after it.
Big difference there for Ireland team from the goal kick return, and Brooks, instead of putting it down the throat of Goodall, just kind of plays it out to that left-hand side and got O'Mahony good in the air to get that little flick on there. Important things, little, probably you'd call them the dirty things in the game, but this is what Ireland need to start doing in this game, killing it, doing the dirty things right, picking up second balls, just frustrating Norway. Just do not allow them any momentum to get into the game. We know they have quality. Quiet again now. Probably a little maybe nervousness from them point of view. They can see Ireland are in the driving seat.
Here come Norway now down this left-hand side. Ireland getting back into that defensive position again. Players back in behind the ball, picked up by the substitute Asgard. Now, ball down this left-hand side again. Back it comes. Asgard clips it across. Is there a way through for the visitors? Ireland still with defending to do more. Got a touch on that one. Can they complete the job? It'll fall almost to Sheldrup on the edge of the area, but Ireland get it away. Only as far, however, as Robin Ostrup. Arnstad, the captain, can he inspire his team here to find an equaliser to keep themselves in contention for a place at next year's final? Sheldrup's got it inside the area, and he's got the shot all wrong. Excuse it, off the outside of the right boot. That, for a moment, looked dangerous. A player of his quality with a free shot inside the area.
More than once hasn't he found themselves in that area, kind of free as well, plenty of ability, and thankfully from an Ireland point of view, application just wasn't there to finish. Scuffed at it a little bit, probably a sign that maybe the Norwegians starting to feel the pressure. Plenty of Irish players there, and once he does come inside, maybe to kind of put him off. But from 85 minutes now, you can see the closer Ireland get to this prize, they're going to get a little bit nervous, a little bit tetchy. I just think it's hugely important that they keep talking to each other, looking at Adabiega in the off camera, just constantly talking to Banquet. Can we get up the pitch? Can we get tighter? I'm not seeing Sam Curtis kind of making those runs down the right hand side. Don't need him to do it. He just needs to tuck himself in. Keep Ireland nice and compact. And this will do all day. Just Ireland kind of just kill the momentum, maintain possession.
Rowan drives it in towards the area. Oh, this had fallen the edge of the area for Healy. Didn't quite catch a hold of the shot.
The bad thing is going for Ireland, just kind of keep them in.
Well, Norway didn't score against Italy in their last match, but they scored in the 4 prior to that. They actually beaten the Netherlands in a friendly earlier on this year. Scored 3 against Denmark in a friendly in the summertime as well, though they only beat Latvia by a goal to 0 away from home. There's a free kick.
And Melkerson, the sloppy coming to the back, probably sending the frustration from Norwegian point of view. That all plays into Ireland's hands. Probably try and work something down the right-hand side here. Not commit too many players forward, are they? Healy on the ball. Having a look at Rowan across the diagonal. Keep possession, probably the right thing to do.
Well, 4 minutes of normal time left to go. You'd imagine we'll have a bit beyond that as well with the stoppages we've had. Rowan is raiding here again in around the back. Gets it as far as Vata. He scored those 2 goals here against San Marino earlier on in the campaign. Scored a hat-trick against San Marino in the 7-0 win away from home. Ireland have got the ball here again. Healy back as far as the bank. Arnstad pulls off the initial challenge, but then can't find a way past Curtis.
You see Ireland now just kind of trying to get themselves now into a shape that's making themselves difficult to beat. Just seen Sam Curtis maybe making a raid down the right-hand side in that earlier opportunity. I don't think he needs to be doing that at this stage of the game. I'd love to see him maybe just kind of tuck himself in. And Ireland just try to manage this game, see the game out. Not too sure there's going to be too much in the way of stoppage time either. We'll wait to see.
Arnstad's header over the head of everybody, and Tiernan Brooks watches that one all the way. And we'll have wind down the clock here now. 2.5 minutes of the 90 left to go. Well, this would be a priceless 3 points for Ireland. Would secure a playoff next month. The top team in each group will qualify directly to the finals, and Ireland will have a chance to top the group if they can win here. They'll go to Italy with that opportunity on Tuesday. Again, you can see live on RT2 television as Arnstad does absolutely brilliantly in the middle, and that'll set them away down this left-hand side with Levick. That looks like a foul. It is. Sheldrop fouled, and this is a really good platform here for the visitors.
Yeah, wonderful little skill from Arnstad in the middle of the twist, little nutmeg, wonderful vision, balance, gets Sheldrop away, and Adabiega maybe get a little bit too close. Might have been playing for that a little bit, but something you got to expect, and this is a huge opportunity for Norway, and an even bigger one for Ireland. Big test for them now. Test for their psychologically how they are. Can we be a little bit higher? I think possibly a little bit too deep at the moment. Can we squeeze up another yard maybe? Not too sure where he's going to take the strike on. Probably looking at a cross from shot here.
There's the captain, Christian Arnstad. Crucial moment here for Ireland. Arnstad's ball in, all the way to the back post. It's headed back. They can't keep it in play. And Ireland breathe a sigh of relief.
See the reaction from Tiernan Brooks as well. The delivery's kind of that back stick, isn't it? Once it comes in, I think he's trying to head this back across goal. Doesn't get it quite right. There's good pressure from Sean Rowan on it. The defender just makes himself a nuisance, probably just enough to maybe put him off. Ireland see out the danger.
Another substitution for Norway. Sven Nipan is coming in for the final few moments. Robin Ostrom, the player to make way. We'll get an indication now shortly of the added time. Ireland can see the finish line coming into view. Can they hang on and clinch all 3 points? Romani closing right up, applying the pressure. It'll be 3 minutes of added time at the end of the 90.
3 huge minutes coming up for Ireland, absolutely huge.
Sean Rowan's goal in the 75th minute has Ireland in front. As things stand, they'll secure themselves at least a playoff and a chance to win the group and qualify for next year's finals against Italy on Tuesday. Norway in possession. They need a goal here to keep their chances alive. Arnstad has come into things in the last few minutes. They've done well down this left-hand flank as well. Levik's ball across, cleared away by a Banquet, picked up by Shelderup on the edge of the area now, approaching here. Ireland have to stand firm. Muvka drives it across. And Brooks taking no chances there, pans it behind for a corner.
Can't take any chances, can he? Really looks like Sean Rowe maybe made himself a nuisance, got a block on it. The goalkeeper can't take any chance on this. Muvka gets the ball out of his seat. Rowe just doesn't know. I think it might have been going wide, but Brooks just can't take that chance. We'll get a look at it from here, actually stop the cross. That's what any good fullback will do.
Here comes the corner. Plenty of airtime on that. Banco was trying to get there, but Ireland have the free kick. Good work from Mark O'Mahony. Well, we're almost at the conclusion now, Stewie, so it's time to get your decision on the player of the match tonight.
Yeah, well, special mention to the skipper Andy Moran. Just kind of felt he kind of got our team going, especially all the raiding down that left-hand side. But Sean Rowe, for me, everything's been good about Ireland has come down that left-hand side. Defensively, he's done his stuff, as we've just seen in the last couple of minutes. But he's the one that had to believe. He's the one that said, no, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to get on the end of this. Something's going to happen. And when Kenny drilled that ball across, he just popped up and applied the finish. So Sean Rowe for me.
Sean Rowe is Stewie Byrne's player of the match tonight. Ireland now trying to see out the result. Can they cling on? Long ball punted forward here. Surely there's a tug on the shirt of the Irish defender Garcia McNulty. Norway have a chance inside the area. Oh, it's danger! It's in! Norway have a goal in the final minute of injury time. Heartbreak for Ireland at the death. Well, was there a foul in the build-up? That'll be the question Ireland will be asking. But the goal is going to stand, and Norway are level.
Now, once Garcia McNulty gets his body in front of him, he's been pulled everywhere. It's got to be a free kick. The referee's looking straight at that, just not brave enough to make the decision. And then if anything can happen here, the keeper's Brooks get a save on it, but it's that man coming around the left-hand side. He's got to tap it into it. I mean, if that's not a free kick, that's a shocking decision, I have to say.
Well, the ball ricocheted across, and then in the end it was finished in by André Shelderup, and that goal keeps Norway in the hunt for second spot, and it changed the complexion of the table again. The 3 minutes of added time have been played. It's Ireland 1, Norway 1.
It's boos from the crowd here. I mean, everybody's seeing that.
Ball goes forward, Vatt is after it. The referee takes a glance at the watch, but we're still playing here at Turner's Cross. Late drama, and not the kind of drama the Republic of Ireland wanted, having been so close to the win. And there's the full-time whistle, and Norway has snatched a point in the death. Disappointment for Ireland, having gone in front through Sean Rowan's goal in the 75th minute. But Andreas Shelderup, in injury time, brings Norway level. And that means that, well, it's a tall order. Ireland's chance of trying to top the group now, all but gone. And second spot not just secured just yet. They've got one more game left to go against Italy on Tuesday. But just look at the disappointment for Jim Crawford in Ireland.
He must be fuming, and he's rightly so, to be quite honest with you. I mean, you put a lot of faith in referees now in the modern game. I hate going on about it. That's a blatant free kick. I mean, everybody can see that. He's pulling at him. Garcia McNulty has done everything to get himself in front, and he's been tugged at. I mean, all day long, that's a free kick in modern football. For some reason, the referees decided not to give it. I mean, Ireland had to take huge credit out of the game. A wonderful goal, much better second half than them. They were the better side in the second half, but hugely disappointing. He's going to give that goal away so late in the game.
So late drama at Turner's Cross. It's finished. The Republic of Ireland 1, Norway 1.
Thanks for that, guys. Yeah, very much late drama here in Turner's Cross, and a real disappointment despite it being a draw and not a loss, Alan.
I'm gutted, Maria. I really am, especially in the manner in which they've conceded that late goal. It's a foul. We even said it initially in the build-up. We didn't need the replay. You could see that there. that the lad was pulling Garcia McNulty back, why the linesman hasn't intervened. But the referee, even looking at the second replay, has a great view of it as well, Marie. It's a shocking decision. I agree with Stewie. It's a desperate call, and it's cost Ireland big style, because that would have put them in a position where if we had to win on Tuesday against Italy, we would have qualified automatically. Now we're not even guaranteed the playoff position, because Norway are still in it when we're only 2 points behind. If they beat Turkey on the last day and we lose to Italy, we're gone out of a playoff as well. So that's a really costly call by the referee.
Yeah, we can see the table there now, and it just shows that the pressure is going to be on Ireland next Tuesday when they have to go away to Italy, Graham.
Yeah, again, like they have it all to do now, but that's a killer blow for them. That's going to be real tough to take. I thought it was a really professional performance, especially in the second half. I thought they upped the tempo when they needed to, and they got in really well and scored a really good goal. And they were seeing out the game really well without looking like they were in too much trouble. Norway had a couple of set pieces, but you're undone by a really poor refereeing decision, where they did everything in control, and then it just cost them, because it allows them just to get a little nick on it, and then they're in, and then they can't do anything about it. But it's a terrible decision from the referee.
Yeah, and I have to feel, and I think everybody feels for Jim Crawford there, just because the nature of that goal and the clear and obvious foul that it seemed to be from our angle anyway, Al. But the game had at times seemed to flow away from them, but they were able to get back into it.
Yeah, and the second half, as Graham says, they played a lot better in terms of their intensity. They increased that. I felt Andy Moran was the one that began to kind of grab the game by the scruff of the neck and start to drive us forward. Everything Wood was coming down the left-hand side. Sean Rowan was fairly prominent in the first half, but in the second half he really stepped up, and he was the one putting in crosses, and then eventually he was the one that got us the goal as well and put us in the driving seat and in a position where we never really looked troubled. They had a bit of the ball, but they weren't creating any chances, and it looked like we were going to obviously just win the game, and that would have been it. But I'm devastated, I really am, Marie, because we've seen it here earlier in the campaign. They conceded a goal in the 6th minute of injury time against Italy. I'm not sure what it is about that goal and Turner's cross, but I'm really disappointed, because you can accept if a team carves you open or a great goal is scored. It's hard to take that from a poor refereeing call, and people would say to me every time I'm critical of referees, oh, it's a tough job. Not when it's as blatant as that, and the linesman standing beside him as well. So I'm absolutely gutted for you. Look, here it is. Here's the replay. Look, Garcia McNulty, and the lad is pulling his jersey back. Look, the referee's in shot there, he can see it, and he's a linesman 10 yards away from him as well, Marie. It's a disgraceful call, it really is, and it's cost them big style. And that's my problem with poor refereeing calls, is how costly they are to teams. We see their own domestic league, we see it here tonight. Like, there's a lot at stake here. That's a desperate call, like, it really is.
Graham, it's so frustrating for everybody involved, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can see it here. He's had a grip of him, and then his left arm comes on his shoulder. Garcia McNulty then tries to turn into him, but he shouldn't have been even allowed to get to that point. The ref has to blow it early. And like you said, it's how dismissive he is of the players afterwards. When Garcia McNulty goes over to confront him, he waves him off. So dismissive as well. And you're like, you've just cost the team probably a chance to go to the qualifiers here, or into the tournament, and you're just waving them off as well. You need to take ownership over your bad decisions here.
Yeah, because at that stage of the game as well, they were in control.
Yeah, absolutely, in total control. And there was a couple of set pieces. There was a corner set piece that went to the back post, and the keeper had a save to make just at the left of the post as well. But we're just being very critical here, Sean, obviously, of the referee, and I'm sure you're absolutely devastated with that call at the end.
Yeah, look, we knew that some of these refs give the bad decisions, and we shouldn't leave it down to them. And at the end of the day, we should take it into our own hands and just get rid of it, really. But at the end of the day, it's still one game to go. We're still 2 points ahead, and we've got to dust ourselves down now and go again. Nothing in life's easy. You get if everything was easy, everyone would be at it. So we've got to go to Italy. Very tough game, and hopefully get the job done there.
You use that as motivation now to go over, feeling the injustice from it, bring it into the Italy game.
Yeah, look, we should have got the points out of the Latvia game, and we didn't. And we came here knowing that we should put the chances away. We knew we'd get chances in the second half. We probably didn't start as bright as we should have in the first half, but we knew if we kept the clean sheet the first half that we'd get a lot more chances in the second. And we did, and we took them. And then it's just kind of man management, take it down. We did that really well. It's a good performance, I think, from us, but we've got to look at it back now and go again on Tuesday.
Sean, it's a real admirable attitude to have as well, like especially because things didn't go your way, but to be able to have the presence of mind to be able to look ahead now and know that Tuesday is so important. Is that the impact that Jim Crawford has on you?
Yeah, of course, he tells us all the time, like, use the Latvia game as motivation, as her, to let it not happen again, and I don't think we did today. It was just one of them moments by either us or the ref, but look, it's one of them games, and as I said, we've a game on Tuesday, we've got to go again. We
were admiring your runs down the left here, and you were doing the same over the other side, and you got the goal when you really needed it.
Yeah, look, I looked back at it in a...
This is the goal,
yeah. I seen Johnny run down the line, and I said, I'm going to gamble here, and luckily it went through, and I've kind of, my eyes lit up before it's gone in, and I've already probably had the celebration in mind before I kicked it, but yeah, Johnny's done all the work, and it's a great ball down the line and a great square ball, and look, it's a draw at the end of the day. It's still an extra point, and we're still 2 ahead.
We were disappointed in the first half with your cross here, and Johnny didn't get on the end of it like you did for your one.
Yeah, look, I was told to always put it in there, and if no one's in there, probably give him a bit of a bollocking. That he's not in there, and next time he will be. Happens in football, but we've got to get on with it.
It's nice to see the smile on your face anyway, and the goal is giving you a lift, and you're making a habit of getting those goals at vital moments.
Yeah, look, I looked back at it last season for club and country, and I wanted to score more goals and help the team more and get more assists, and I've started the season off well with club and country getting goals and assists, so hopefully I can continue it on.
One thing, Sean, just obviously in the build-up to the game, separate from tonight, but you have a lot of kids here, and we watched in the League of Ireland as well. You spoke in an interview during the week just how important that spell at Drogheda United was for you, and especially as it's propelled you onto the first team at Lincoln and now international level as well. For young kids at home watching, just how much did that mean to you, the spell during that League of Ireland time?
Look, it meant everything, and Dara and Kev there at the time did everything for me. My mum made sure she cooked me food, she had all my laundry done and all, so...
I hope you're doing the laundry now.
Yeah, unfortunately. But it's one of them ones where I just wanted to concentrate on football, get back to where I was playing and get back to my best, and they put confidence in me. My mum just said, look, you're coming home, you play football, I'll do the rest and look after the rest of you, your diet, everything else. So I can't thank them enough and thank Kev and Dara enough, but...
You'll be at the cup final?
Yeah, I probably will. Hopefully, I don't know what game I have that weekend, but look, I'll go back and support them. I went up to the semi-final there last week, but yeah, I can't thank them enough. And look at all the lads that are in this team now, like Killo, James Abanko, Sam Curtis. They've all came through the League of Ireland. I probably did it another way, but look at them now, striving in England or striving abroad. It's where football is nowadays, and it's grown and grown.
How important is it for young players to actually go and play senior level football as early as you can?
Look, I did it, and I took a risk probably going over to Lincoln. No one really heard of it. I was still playing Sunday League in Ireland when I went over, and I wanted to play as many first team appearances to get under my belt because it was down to me. And look, I went over, played at 17 and played 11 games or something. Didn't play for 18 months, challenging time, but it's about getting there and getting as many minutes as you can possible, and don't take it for granted because you never know when it's going to end.
Sean, congratulations on a really brilliant performance tonight. I know it wasn't the results that you wanted, but another huge game to come against Italy, and wish you all of the best for that. And thank you so much for joining us as well. We're going to take a very quick break. Do stay with us though. We'll be hearing from Jim Crawford after these.
Jim, we're absolutely gutted for you. You threw everything at that. How heartbreaking is that for you to draw it like that in the end?
Yeah, look, it's a tough one to take. We've got tears in the dressing room. We've got, a lot of disappointed players. But the thing is, we need to recover quick. We need to get ourselves mentally prepared now. Because we have a huge game against Italy. And the last game we played against Italy here, they scored sort of in similar circumstances, and it's just something that we need to get better at, is seeing out a game. Look, I haven't looked back at the goal. I don't know, was there a foul? I don't know.
Jim, it looked like there was a clear foul. Are you disappointed with the officials there? There was both the linesman and the referee was metres away from it.
Yeah, of course. You know, I had a feeling, but just to confirm that, you know, if you said it's a foul, you know, it's just hugely disappointing because, you know, they weren't causing us too many problems. Okay, sometimes, you know, we left the outside channel open a little bit when we jumped too soon, which caused sort of, you know, minute problems, but nothing that we didn't take care of, and it just, you know, you're going into injury time and we're conceding again, so it's a tough one to take.
On the overall performance, was there a bit of tension maybe in them because there was so much at stake?
Yeah, I thought it was a lot of scrappy play from both teams, and there probably was that air of tension in amongst the players because they knew what was at stake. You know, so what it leaves now is that we sort of need to go to Italy now to win, you know.
It was always going to be tough to go there, but that increases the bit of pressure on you as well, doesn't it? The Italians went toe-to-toe with them here, maybe unlucky not to get the win, but do you think it'll be a different proposition out there?
Yeah, of course it's going to be a different proposition. Italy in their ground, it's going to be a tough game, no doubt about it. They've only got sort of one game this window. They decent prep in June when they went to the Toulon tournament, so they'll be certainly organised and ready. But look, as I said earlier on, now we'll dust ourselves down and we'll be ready for the big one on Tuesday.
And just a final question, Jim, will that be your biggest challenge this week? Getting the lads, pick them up after this. I know it was a draw, but in some ways it almost feels like a defeat, doesn't it? Is that going to be your biggest challenge to get the guys to lift the spirits again?
Yeah, huge challenge. You know, it just came out of the dressing room there and it's flat again. You know, and when I say again, it was like it was when Italy scored in injury time, you know, which, you know, it's a tough one to take. But as I said, we'll get ourselves right, we'll get them right, because they're a great group. They're a fantastic group, and we'll be okay for Tuesday.
I know you will. Good luck.
Thank you. Cheers.